And yay, that's me in stunning Kodachrome. Da-da-da.
I just listened to Paul Simon this
I
morning.
love that song. It's a
I
classic.
know.
That's
I love
amazing.
that song too.
Right by mine.
All right, so here I am. I am your host. My name is Chris. With me, as always, is the effervescent and vivacious Billy DeTore.
Oh, hi.
Hello,
Yeah,
Billy
you think
DeTore.
that he was going to be, but
And-
no, that's you.
And my surly human sidekick, Tanya Metris.
Surly. Remember,
Craig, you're not my DM anymore either, lady, so you can back the heck off right now.
you know what? Everyone is loving the fact that I just sideswiped you with that miserable comment a couple weeks ago on Nerd World News.
Yeah.
They're like, wow, you deadpanned that. They're like, that was awesome.
That ranks right up there with the one where we were talking about, getting Gene some presents for his help.
Oh, yes. And I'm like, I don't think his wife's going to like the scotch.
Yeah. It caught me completely off guard.
Yeah.
So we have a friend in the studio today. We have a friend. We have somebody, a guest, as it were, a guest of honor. Hello, Mr. Billy Kidd.
So excited to nerd out with you guys.
We've been working on this for a while now, so to finally get you to sit at the table with us
Yes.
is kind of cool.
We Billy squared today.
Yeah, we have
I'm,
two
I'm,
Billies.
I'm excited to be sitting next to someone still working in radio.
We're going to be getting mileage out of that for a while.
I'm going to
I think.
pretend I'm not nervous myself, and we'll just roll along.
Oh, there's
Just
actually
keep
no
going.
reason to be nervous.
No
in this
reason to be
crew.
nervous at all.
I was nervous when we first started recording, and now
Now she hosts.
Well,
she can do it.
I don't have anybody to nerd out with.
Okay.
Like, my family isn't into this. My son was into it until like 2 years ago.
Uh-huh.
He didn't go see the last movie with me.
Now, how old is he now?
He's 15.
He's 15? Okay.
Which you think would be prime
Real estate for this sort of thing.
real estate for being a nerd.
Yeah.
And he was, I was like, hey, I'm going to go see the movie. You want to go? Nah, I'm good.
Yeah.
Like, you don't want to see how it all wraps up in the end? Nah, I'm good.
My son, step for step, the new Doctor Who series started in 2005. He was 2 years old. So he was, by no choice of his own, he was sitting
Literally
on my lap when I would watch it.
indoctrinated.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Thank you. Nicely done. And so he was with me step for step right up until towards the end of the 12th Doctor's run. And he was like, yeah, Dad, no, it's okay. I'm gonna skip this one. And I'm like, what happened? What happened? Anyway.
My heart was only slightly broken.
Yeah.
It's all right.
Honestly. So Billy is with us today because we're going to be doing our a chat about Star Wars. We're going to catch up about the whole mythos. The saga has come to an end. We're going to talk about Rise of Skywalker. It's been out for a while now, but we're going to say this. Spoilers. That consistent fragrance. The fragrance from Mighty Monkey Corporation. Spoilers. Now available in Dan's gift shop. Dan's looking at me like, what?
we need to really create a fragrance that's spoilers.
And it's going to smell like kids at a Comic-Con.
Oh, no one's gonna buy that.
No.
No.
You never know. There might be a niche market for it.
No.
No, it's just going to smell like deodorant. That's about it.
Let's clean linen. Clean laundry.
Clean linen?
Clean laundry.
Okay.
Yeah, something like
All right. So we're gonna go up and down the scale on Star Wars today. And after that, we're going to have our events. And then after that, we're going to have our question of the week. So it's kind of a par for the course kind of a day. Just with a special guest on board today. And I have a sneaking suspicion, Billy, this is probably not going to be the only time you ever come and hang out with us.
If we can talk Star Wars, I'm in.
You're in.
Any other
Now,
fandom?
I was going to say, do you have other fandoms?
I don't.
Really?
And everybody who thinks
Really?
if you're into Star
Brought in
Wars, you're
just for
not
this
into
one?
Marvel or
Uh-huh.
you're not into this or that,
Uh-huh.
Star Wars is it. I
That's
literally live in that universe.
Now,
Okay.
So how did you find just Star Wars without sort of crashing into the other Star Treks? And...
I checked out Star Trek for a while,
Uh-huh.
and it just never
Clicked?
It never clicked with me. Like, I like Picard.
Yeah.
And did somebody just sigh? I thought I heard
No.
it.
I've only watched the first episode.
And
I'm
I
a little
watched
behind.
I watched a little bit of that, but my mom always watched the original series.
Okay.
When I was growing up, it was on like Saturdays on Channel 31 or something. And my mom always watched the reruns of that. But that probably got me started.
Uh-huh.
But Star Wars came out when I was 7. And I was there and just spellbound from day one.
So you and I are the same age. Because I was
going to be 50.
Yep, same here.
Yeah.
So all right. So
I was 5 and wasn't even thought of yet.
Whatever.
we still know you. It's all good. Kids.
I'm only 2 years younger than you are.
I know.
So,
Adorable. All right.
thanks.
But so yeah, you and I are right there, and I've told this story on the podcast on several occasions. How when it came out, going back to the theater and seeing a movie in the theater several occasions was just it was not the norm. It was not unheard of, but it was just not the norm.
There was no reason to.
Right. And of course nobody knew about VHS or home
Wasn't around
home
yet.
box office and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But to say that I saw the original Star Wars in the theaters like 12 or 13 times when it was first out. That's like, that's that badge of honor thing.
Yeah.
That's where people are like, oh, you really were into it. I said, well, I was 7 and didn't know any better. And my dad humored the hell out of me. So it worked out really, really well. I was telling him that story over lunch a couple weeks ago, and how I've mentioned the fact that he was an enabler in my geekdom, and he just laughed and went back to lunch. It's just.
Were you guys Dungeons and Dragons kids?
I still am.
Okay.
Not until 1992.
I got into
was
it.
20.
You waited a little.
Well,
Yeah,
I didn't know.
she was a
I was
late
only.
bloomer.
I'm an only child, and I lived in Avon.
Not a lot else
Do you hear
going
the
on in
excuses?
Avon.
There's
I hear
not a
nothing but
lot
excuses.
out there.
I lived in Avon for a while. There's not a lot going on.
I lived on 5 and 20, just right over the border, coming into Lima. There's really not a lot out there except for farmland. Yay for
tiny
Ann
little
and
shelter.
farmland.
You ran your own solitaire league.
Yeah, I mean, I read a lot. I was a reader and things like that. And then in high
Still
school,
are
I
to a
was a
degree.
cheerleader, and it wasn't until I met my husband that I'm like, he had books. I'm like, what's this? And he told me what it was, and I'm like, huh. I'm like, it's just like pretend with rules and things like that. I'm like, okay, and got into it, and it's now.
I'm gonna scooch over
How
a little
many
bit
years
so I can
later?
actually see people.
What was it, 92?
I'm sorry if I screw up your video at all.
Was it?
So it was a guy that brought you over to the dork side.
Yes.
Yeah.
Totally.
The dork side. I love it. Yeah, I've been playing on and off since I was 12, and her husband hosts the game every other Sunday, and we're playing today, so we're gonna be playing while the Super Bowl's going on.
Wow.
And
That's
I'm
commitment.
And I'm a Niners fan, so I'm going
Committed.
to have it on my phone. I'm not DMing. It's
I was
Evan.
actually wondering about that for you, whether you were playing or watching the game or both.
Both.
Do both.
You
Both.
can do both.
I'm going to have it on closed caption. I'll have the sound
She
off.
might be easy to beat today. She'll
There's
be
no-
distracted.
there's-
She's actually playing. She's not game mastering anymore, so
Yeah,
so
and there's no, like,
she can kind of like
beating and
hide in
winning.
her corner.
By the way, was it the last episode? I think you called the Super Bowl.
Niners Chiefs.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
At some
Yeah.
point during that podcast, you called the Super Bowl.
Yep. It was kind of a no-brainer when you looked at what was
Yeah.
the Final Four is, where it was like, oh no, this is looking like this is going to go this way.
So truly, a couple weeks ago, I had my Monkey Business stuff on, and then I got home and immediately
Switched over to
changed
Niners.
into Niner stuff. The same thing's happening today. I do have my Niners colors still on from 2 weeks ago, so it's
Our
pretty good.
social media chief, our friend Laura, is
She's a-
conflicted because she was born and raised in San Francisco. She started as a 49ers
Yeah.
fan and then evolved into a Chiefs fan. So
Because
she's
of Joe
loved
Montana?
She's loved both teams.
So Laura and I are not talking today. I've already sent her a message when she thanked me for her recommendation to get her nails done that we're enemies today, that we'll be fine on Monday. That we're not talking.
We're not
I
talking
don't
today.
like her today.
She's laughing.
Because of whatever. Yeah,
She's
she's
laughing
laughing
at you.
hysterically. She goes, I'm so conflicted.
I know. Poor
So-
thing.
Just wear red.
Just
Just
it.
nondescript red.
Yeah.
I know. My
Just
socks
go
are
the
red
way.
and white. And that
And
type
as
of
for
thing.
me, when I finally make it to her house, I'll be wearing my Boston Red Sox t-shirt. So that's pretty much where my loyalties lie right now.
It's red,
I'm good. It's close enough.
kind of.
Billy, how you doing over there, man?
Me? I'm good.
Good.
I'm good.
Things are good. Things are
Things
better?
are moving along.
Good.
You know, I get to sleep late. That's good.
I know you got to be. This is gonna be like changing your worldview on
It
things.
really is. You know, normally on a Sunday, well,
Mhm.
because you guys used to show up about noon
Right.
to record this show in our old studio,
hmm
I had a show that was on from 9 till noon, and I didn't get up till almost 8:30 today, and it felt kind of good.
I can tell you that's probably gonna get you're gonna. Get
I
used to that
miss
quick.
doing the show like crazy, though.
Oh,
I
I'm
really
sure.
do, but
Yeah, because you were not doing it just for the paycheck. You were
Yeah.
doing it because you love it.
yeah.
And it's definitely not the same because, like, when I'm just flipping through the channels on my radio,
Mhm.
I
Instead of hearing a band no one's ever heard of, you're hearing Pink Floyd and Bon Jovi.
no, I'm hearing more commercials, more
Yeah.
advertising,
Yeah.
and because I was flipping through my Billy Joel station is gone right now on XM. It's now Sirius 30. I don't know what it is, so I'm just.
I was never
that
serious at 30.
You still aren't serious now.
I know at 49 I'm pretty unserious.
So like this morning was all tailgate songs.
Football.
For football. It was
Yeah.
actually quite an interesting, but I was just bebopping through all the channels and I hit that one station and it was advertising. I went to something else and I came back about 10 minutes later, advertising. And I was like, yeah, I could have been listening to music, but no.
I was home this morning and I said, Alexa, play me music Billy DeTore would like. I'm sorry, I don't know that.
Alexa doesn't know a lot.
Alexa, I'm like, you failed me, Alexa. All right. Anyway, we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to jump into the 42 years of history that is that place long time ago in a galaxy far, far away.